Hey there, we are here today to talk about that annoying pain right between your shoulder blade and your spine, as well as that tight upper traps that you can feel when you reach right over top of your shoulder. I've been receiving a lot of questions lately about how to manage issues with pain similar to these. This issue seems to be most common for folks who do a lot of sitting during the day at a desk or a computer. I also see this issue in folks that do a lot of biking or people that participate in overhead sports like tennis, volleyball, baseball, softball, swimming, or Olympic weightlifting. If you're here, it's because you're experiencing some of these same problems I've described. And I think that the solutions that I'm going to lay out in this video are going to help you live your life with less pain and discomfort. So let's get into it. Let's start off by establishing one thing. The root cause of the pain or tightness that you're feeling may not be the stiffness itself. Oftentimes, this tightness is a symptom of another issue that exists, often an imbalance in either the strength or the stability of the muscles that support your shoulder blade and your shoulder joint itself. The solutions that I give you in this video are hopefully going to, number one, help address the symptoms that you're feeling for immediate short-term relief. Number two, I want to show you one of my favorite ways to improve the stability of the shoulder joint. And number three, I want to provide you with a valuable resource that's going to help you strengthen some of the often overlooked muscles that are essential for proper shoulder function. For these exercises, you're going to need a foam roller, a lacrosse ball, and a kettlebell. But don't worry if you don't have this equipment. I'm going to provide links in the description of this video where you can find all the equipment that you're going to need. The first thing that we're going to do to address this tightness that you're feeling is an exercise I call the roller self-hug. I want you to lay on your back on the roller, give yourself a hug, and slowly roll from your upper back down to just below the bottom of your shoulder blades. You're going to go up and down, nice and slow, for 10 reps. By doing this self-hug, you're going to be opening up the shoulder blades so that you can hit some of the muscles that are stiff between the shoulder blade and the spine. The second thing you're going to do, also with the foam roller, is to interlock your fingers overhead, and then laying on your back, you're going to roll over the same area you just hit. But this time, you're focusing on keeping your entire back as flat as possible. It's okay if you feel popping while doing this. This exercise is going to help address any stiffness that exists in the thoracic spine, which is the middle section of your back. You're going to do 10 passes on this exercise as well. Next, I want to show you a series of 3 movements that you can do with a lacrosse ball. You could use a tennis ball for these, but a lacrosse ball is a bit more firm, it's a little more grippy. It's going to dig into those tight areas just a little bit more. Laying on your back, you're going to put the lacrosse ball on the area that feels stiffest to you. This area should be either between the shoulder blade and the spine or just above the shoulder blade. Do not put the lacrosse ball directly on the spine or on the shoulder blade. Once you're in position, you're going to do 3 movements for 10 reps each. The first movement is to slide your hand from shoulder height all the way overhead, trying to let gravity pull your arm towards the ground the whole time. You're going to go nice and slow, and you're going to do 10 reps. The second movement is to bring the hand from your thigh all the way overhead, keeping your arm straight the entire time. When the arm is overhead, let gravity pull your hand towards the ground. You're going to do 10 reps of this as well. And the final movement for this series is to pretend like you're drawing a sword out of your opposite pocket or opposite hip and raise that sword overhead. Just like the last movement, you're going to keep your elbows straight and go slow through these 10 reps. Finally, you're going to repeat the same series on the other side. What I recommend is moving that lacrosse ball to a slightly different spot each time you do this exercise. For example, the first set, put this lacrosse ball right on that point that has the most stiffness. The next time you do it, put this lacrosse ball just above that point. For the third set, put that lacrosse ball just below that point of tension. Working around these sites of pain is important for getting the best results. Moving on, here's my favorite exercise for improving the stability of the shoulder joint. And it's a pretty simple one. What you're going to do is you're going to lay on your back, but you're holding a kettlebell at arm's length with just one hand. And your elbow is going to be locked out and your shoulder is going to be pushed down into the ground just through gravity and through the weight of the kettlebell. From this position, you're going to do small circles with the kettlebell. You're going to do 10 circles in one direction before switching directions. Start with very small circles. The bigger the circle, the more challenging it's going to be for the shoulder. I'm using a 26-pound kettlebell here, but depending on your ability, you can go as low as 10 pounds for the weight or as high as 45 or 50 pounds even. You're going to want to repeat this exercise on both sides. So towards the beginning of this video, we said that this pain and stiffness that you're feeling is often the symptom of an issue with regards to an imbalance in strength in your shoulder joint. Now I'm going to provide you with a link right here to a playlist that I created of exercises designed to improve the strength and stability of the shoulder joint. There's over 60 exercises on this playlist. These exercises range all the way from exercises for beginners all the way up to highly advanced exercises. I encourage you to use that playlist as a resource to find the exercises that you feel help you strengthen your shoulder the most. If you commit to doing even just a few of these exercises regularly, I'm confident that over the course of time, you'll see an improvement in not only how your shoulder feels, but also the stiffness and tightness that you've been experiencing as well. As a bonus, the biggest additional piece of advice I can give you is to relax. R-E-L-A-X. Many of us actively tighten our traps through this shrugging motion throughout the day without even realizing it, making these symptoms worse. Every few minutes, check and make sure your arms are as relaxed as possible, letting the arms hang free without tightening the shoulders or traps. If you made it this far in the video, you need to smash that like button. You need to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. And most importantly, I want you to actually do the exercises in this video. Until next time, I'm Tom and this is Smart Strength.